So tell us about Stevie Wonder and how you got to be involved with that record.
When I went to college, I went to the University of Denver, and I was involved in music there. And I lived with a bunch of guys that were really, really incredible musicians. I mean, really incredible musicians. And some of those guys landed up in a band called Lothar and the Hand People, and they were produced by this guy, Bob Margouleff. And so I became friendly with Bob Margouleff, and then he had a partner, Malcolm Cecil. And they were instrumental in bringing the Moog synthesizer into pop music. So they had one that was, it was pretty much, it was the size almost of this curtain. I mean, about that high, but it was huge. It was called Tonto. I mean, it was monstrous. And they landed up being Stevie's engineer. I would go visit them, and I became friends with Stevie. And this was in New York City, and they were working at a studio called Electric Ladyland, where Jimi Hendrix recorded and a lot of other famous people. And eventually they left New York. They all left New York, and they decided they were going to LA. And so one day I got a call from Bob Margouleff saying, we're coming, can we book the studio? I said, sure. So they came and they did a bunch of work at my studio with Stevie, and they put out a whole bunch of great albums over a few years. Then another studio gave them this really great deal, so my friends left, and they went to another studio. And then a year or so later, one day, I got a call from Stevie, said, do you have time at the studio? And I said, no, not today, but maybe I think we have some tomorrow. He said, can I come and record? And I said, yeah, Bob and Malcolm coming? No, Bob and Malcolm were not coming. Was I available? And I said, sure. I mean, we had been friends by then for years, so that started Songs in the Key of Life, and 2.5 years after that, we actually put the album out.
Yeah.
So it was in those days, you could spend 2.5 years doing an album and a lot of money and put it out, and obviously he recouped the money the first week, and that
was a huge record.
That was a huge record, yeah. If you're lucky in your lifetime, you get to do one thing that maybe you leave behind and that people appreciate. And I was very lucky. I was really young, and I got to do it at the beginning. And then when you do that, then you have to accept that a lot of the stuff you're going to do after that is not going to be as good.
But it came to you because of that.
Came to you because of that. Can you make me sound like, Stevie Wonder? And I would tell him, if you could play or write like him, yes, I could.
Well, I was fortunate to work with him too. He's a certified genius, that guy.
He is a certified genius.
Amazing. So what else? What other experiences have you had? You worked closely with Carole for a long time. Were you involved with Tapestry at all?
No, I did the one before Tapestry, and then I think Lou Adler realized, ooh, this is really good, because he used a series of songs that were from the same period. He used all the same musicians. If you listen to Writer, you'll hear a lot of what was in Tapestry. Mm-hmm. So yes, no, I did the one before. Lucky me.
That was another huge record, Tapestry. What was it, 10 million records or something?
That was, I think, the biggest seller up until Thriller. So that's a long run being a